Welcome back, folks. This one is heartbreaking and unfortunately all too common a story these days. It seems that an 82-year-old veteran in Florida was milked and taken for everything he had and now is suicidal. A, a couple, the woman 31, the man 28, have gotten more than $50,000 plus property and other things from this man by lying to him. And this is becoming more common because we have a lot of people that don't understand how things work or that can be easily misled. And this also involves threats and other forms of harassment. This couple, the woman first was saying she couldn't feed her kids, then needed money for urine tests, and then her boyfriend, or the man in this case, called the veteran and said the veteran was going to be thrown in jail if he didn't pay someone else's bills. Now, that should have been red flag number 8 or 9 for this man. Uh, and I'm going to go over a couple of things that I've seen in a lot of different stories. One, bill collectors cannot harass you, okay? If they threaten to throw you in jail, tell them to call the police. Tell them I'll be waiting in my living room to discuss it with the police. They also, for people trying to do this, they typically will ask, oh, can't you sell something? That's not something anyone who has a legitimate claim to any of your money will ever say. Okay, that's just the way it is. And anyone who says that, you need to say, no, I can't, and I'm going to press charges of harassment if you call me again. You may need to change your number, but that's a small thing to get rid of a scammer. They'll ask for gift cards. They'll ask for prepaid Visa cards. They'll ask to just, well, I can take your car as partial payment. These are all scams. Okay? There's a few things to note. One, if they're claiming to be a debt collector, they have to, by law, provide you with proof that they are the legal holder of the debt. Unfortunately, I didn't heed my own advice that I'm giving in this because I was contacted by someone who said that they have a debt from a bank that I used to be a customer of, and unfortunately, due to a bad employer and not receiving my last two paychecks, I went overdrawn. And I've tried over the years to work with them and all that. And this is one of those where they're charging now 95% of the debt they say I owe them is fees they're charging after the account closed. Yes, I was getting charged for overdraft after the account was officially closed by the bank. Now, I thought that I was working with the bank because everything was coming from that on that letterhead and all. And ultimately, they broke the verbal contract we had twice in a row. So I cancel my credit card, change my bank account number, and sure enough, I get a phone call, and they're very, very upset, very threatening, and very harassing. I flat out told them, I want legal proof of the debt mailed to me. You've already told me you have my address. I'm not doing a thing until you send that to me. Then we will work out a written agreement complete with calendar dates of when you may charge my account. One time, and I change everything and I take you to court. They hung up on me. 3 weeks go by, somebody else from the office. I tell them the same thing. They hang up on me. Luckily, I have all of their voicemails so that should they actually try anything, I can say, well, Judge, here are the voicemails and here's what I've told them, and they will never send me proof of the debt. They have to tell me, they have to show me they own the debt. They won't. I'm not going to pay them until they do. It's very simple. In cases like this, where you have someone who is threatening you to pay someone else's bills, flat out say no. Tell them, I will be in my living room. You may report me to the police. You may file charges with the police. I'll be happily waiting on them so that they can drag all of us in front of a judge and have you tell the judge why I'm required to pay your bills. I would also say lock your doors and immediately call police, give them the phone number you were called from, and tell them you're being threatened by this person. Then, from there, you're able to keep yourself safe. You're able to have the police know what is going on. And you need to do this because they're not going to give up. This is an 82-year-old veteran now who is suicidal because he's been taken for everything he owns, for all of his savings, all of his bank accounts, all of his money, his car, for a time, although police have recovered that, and it needs to stop. And unfortunately, the only way to do it is going to be more and more people in jail, because this is a crime. This is harassment. This is threats. This is theft, and it has to stop. It honestly won't until hundreds of people are doing a decent amount of time each for these crimes. And that's really the only way that we're going to do anything. You're going to have them crying in court about, I just needed food for my baby. Then why were you spending money on meth? Oh, well, I just needed, okay. Why did you impersonate a corrections officer? Well, we needed the money, so no, you broke the law. You've stolen, you've harassed, you've impersonated the law, an officer of the law. You're breaking the law. And we're going to have zero tolerance, zero leniency on these cases, because these people honestly believe that they have a right to money for nothing. And this is due to the idiocy we've had in public education for a couple more decades, a couple decades or more, where everything is a right. You have a right to not have your feelings hurt. No, you don't. You have a right to a working salary. No, you don't. You have a right to apply for a job, and then you must prove you can do the job, and you must be the best at that job. There are plenty of organizations that will help you feed your family. They're not going to hand you cash. They're going to give you food that you're not going to be able to sell for drug money. They will help clothe your children. They will help prepare your home. They're not going to give you money for drugs. Drive through any downtown major urban area and see how many people have signs, will work for food, very hungry, please help. Offer them food. Don't even ask them to work. Just say, well, here, why don't I go get you something why don't I go get you dinner? I'll go get food for you. You don't just have a couple of dollars? No, I don't, but I'll go get you food. No, never mind. I've experienced it myself, where people are blatant liars. And I'm talking, I experienced it 25 years ago, where we had people doing this. And now, with technology, they're able to scam the living daylights out of anyone. They pretend to be someone they're not. They threaten you with jail time, and then they tell you, well, I need a prepaid card because I need to know the money's there. Well, no, I need you to get an iTunes card. I'll sell that to someone else, but I need an iTunes card so that I know the money's there. Well, no, sorry, not doing that. And force the issue. When they say, well, if you don't do this now, I'm going to have to call the police and have you arrested. Do it. The police know where I live. Well, I need your address. No, you don't. The police know where I live. You say you have all my information. Call the police. I'm hanging up and calling them now as well, reporting you for harassment. And they will hang up on you. It's difficult, I know, and you're going to upset and kind of tick off a few people that may be legitimate. But once they send you legal proof that you owe them money and you work out an arrangement, make sure you tell them, oh, by the way, the reason I made you jump through all these hoops is because so many people are scammers, and I don't trust anyone. Maybe if the legitimate people out there are made to look bad to themselves, they'll start actually lobbying to stop this crap. Right now, it's a slap on the wrist. Ultimately, these people are not going to do hard time for ruining a man's life who served our country. They're going to maybe do a little bit of time in jail. They may have the meager chaise lounge and crappy TV or whatever they have seized and sold, and a few $100s go back to this man, but they took him for 5 figures or more. And he'll get back a pittance. And it should be stopped. They need to be told, we're going to pay him back every dime you stole. You're going to go to jail and work for us until you pay us back. We will provide you with a place to sleep and shower, medical care, and food. Every dime you earn goes to us until your debt is paid. And make it very public that that's the punishment. You steal from others, the government will pay them back, and then you will work while a prisoner to repay them. Yes, people are going to cry slavery. No, it's not slavery. It's punishment for a crime. And that's the long and short of it. But I've talked about this long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just keep it civil. Remember, we don't learn from argument, we learn from debate. If you're curious about more of this, the authorities are looking into options to help this gentleman. This is a story out of Florida, so I'm sure I'll post the link. You could probably find information about it in there if you want to help. You might also look up Code of Vets on Twitter. Gretchen is very active with helping our veterans. I'm actually going to be tagging her Twitter handle here, as well as letting her know about this story to see if we can find out more about this gentleman. Until next time, make sure to like and share this video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.